You're not dumb. It just happens.
Welcome back. You heard that, right? Because we had a little mishap, but we're back. This is part 2 of the interview with Honey De Niro. I'm your host, Qwizman, a.k.a. Mr. H2O. And in the first part, you heard Honey talk about the game, how she feels about it, her new project out, No Mercy, who's on that project. Anyways, we're going to start right here. I want to really know, and I think that, I never really asked you. I think, did I ask you before who's your favorite artist?
No, you never really asked me.
I never asked you who is your favorite artist of all times?
Hip hop or just music in general?
Hip hop.
Hip hop, I would have to say my favorite male artist, absolute favorite male artist is Nas.
Mm-hmm.
And my absolute female artist is Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill, yeah. I mean, that's great choices. I mean, why do you think she's not like really a part of the game no more? Do you think it's just because she just not in tune with it, or contract wise, or why do you think she's not in the game anymore?
I just think, life changes. She became a mother of, a few children. I know she's still out there performing. I think actually her and Nas did a joint somewhere live last night. But, I just think the priority changes when, she has, in her personal life, I feel, and I don't know her, but in my personal life, I feel she has elevated herself to another level. So,
right.
not necessarily, she's for what the game is now, but also musically, she's maybe somewhere else with it.
Right.
I miss El Boogie. I miss the spitter. You know what I'm saying? But I also miss what she brought on the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill as far as singing, and the R&B and the hip hop, and not really R&B, but she did sing. So I just think El Boogie is where El Boogie was left, and she's just Ms. Hill is she's somewhere else with it. Still is all love. Like, she drops anything, I'm listening. I know most recently she dropped something. Oh, she went in, she was spitting.
Wow.
But it was just too much for what's so commercialized now. And that's a big problem. It's just like the game has changed so much that people weren't trying to hear, or record labels weren't trying to hear spitters. They wanted these little oopsies and verts and
right.
doggy diamonds. I don't know, but they wanted these little, excuse my language. They want these little niggas to be, to get it. And at one point in hip hop, you got your choice. It was a buffet. You had your choice.
Right.
And now it seems like it's just one thing. We got hamburgers and that's it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or swine and that's it. It's just pork.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want my hamburgers. It's just pork.
Right.
And it makes it kind of hard, because there are also some young people like a GC who spits.
Right.
Right. That I think would be refreshing, for hip hop. Not just everybody doing the same thing. That's the only thing that really disturbs me about the state of hip hop right now. It's like I hear New York artists and everybody is skirt.
Yeah.
All over the damn place. Every single body. I mean,
oh man.
People might get away with years and ahas and they ad-libs. That's just you catching the groove. That's you in tune with the beat. But these skirts,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be skirting. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's a deliberate ad lib, and everybody is doing it. And I'm like, you don't hear yourself?
Right. That shit is crazy.
You don't hear yourself? You don't think your record sounds like such and such record and such record and such record? You don't hear that?
Right. And
you know, and I mean that's just me. You know, maybe I just got too much old school with me. I don't know. I ain't old school, but I'm just saying, you know,
right.
I really love 90s hip hop. I love 80s hip hop.
Right.
You know, it was real fun. You know,
yeah.
you get to rock. You know, you know, it was just really fun. But
wow.
But Lauryn Hill and Nas definitely. Nas, he still spits. New joint he got with Khaled and I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I forgot. I know. I think I know what you.
But I got an ox.
Yeah.
You know, that joint is fire. I mean, there's some real spitters out here too. We just don't really get our just to. You know, we just need to. I don't know. We need to just form a big ass conglomerate, like a big. Like you could still have your label, but form a big distribution conglomerate of like 50 different labels and just under one umbrella.
Right.
Type thing. I don't know how that would work because everybody got egos and stuff like that, but it sounds ideal.
I know that'll be great, man. And what do you think the responsibility that the artists of today should have for the artists of tomorrow and also for the youth? What do you think? Do you think the message now is not good on most of it, or do you think it's good in certain senses?
This is what the message is supposed to say. The message is supposed to say it's like when you become a parent. You know, you know what you went through as a kid or, you know, as a young adult, you know, prior to you being a parent. And the thing is, you always want what's best for the next generation, right? So if you apply that same theory as far as music is concerned, it's me telling my story. Like, I'm gonna tell you, if anybody ever wanted to know the complete truth about me. Like, I could sit here and give you this interview, and somebody could be like, yo, that's bullshit. You know?
Right.
If anybody really wanted to know the real truth about Honey Dinero, all you gotta do is listen to my music. I talk about my father not being in my life.
Right.
I talk about why I chose to sell drugs. I talk about why I have a gun fetish. You know, and that comes from I was sexually assaulted.
Wow.
Rape. So I talk about that, and I talk about just, I guess at a point where I just lost my mind and I was running the street, and I'm not the hooker type, and I'm not the shaking my ass type, but I am the type that if I've been around drug dealers, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
If that's what you're around, you pick that up, and then. You know, I've never, because my father was never in my life, I never asked nobody for nothing. I just got it myself, you know, and it could have been detrimental to my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been shot at, I've been stabbed, well, grazed, but someone's come at me with a knife.
Wow.
I've had to fight men, or, you know, boys or men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, my music is not the woe with me. It's kind of an empowerment. I used to work with this program that would talk to young women about sexual abuse.
Wow.
You know?
I didn't know that.
I feel kind of, in hindsight, well, no, even at that time, I was very selective of what I what I said to them because, you know, young women are impressionable. But my mother taught me very young.
Mm-hmm.
You fight for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's the wrong message in regards to rape and sexual abuse. You know what I mean? Because I've seen too many family and friends where they were molested and or raped, and mentally, what it does to a person mentally. So in my mind, from what I've seen, experienced, and then what my mother taught me, it's like in my mind, I can't let you take my mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then the laws are so lenient when it comes to that, so yeah, you rate me and you out in 2.5 years, maybe 5. You know what I'm saying? For good behavior, you might be out in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? You out the rape again.
Wow,
yeah.
yeah.
And I thought that that's forever. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'd rather fight for my life and my mental sake. You know what I'm saying? Because once mentally you're gone, it's a problem.
Right.
And I've seen out of 3 people that are super close to me that went through this as young women, I have seen them as, you know, when they got older, I've seen them be promiscuous. And I couldn't understand it. I'm like, why?
Right.
But it's because it's a mental thing when, you know, people survive rape and sexual abuse, but mentally do they really survive it?
Right.
Because if that's being done to young girls, young women, then they think, you know, love comes from that abuse of their body. It's all right because you're teaching them it's all right. Oh, just get over it. You know, some of that comes from the old school way of thinking, where they, you know, just, you know, sorry it happened. It's gonna be okay. You'll get through life, but not really the fight. I'm fighting anybody who try to take from me. I've done it. You know, that's where my gun fetish kind of comes from because I've had to defend myself with a gun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
There's no glorification of guns. I talk about them because I actually, it's a stress reliever too. You know what I'm saying? So I actually have gone to the range or down south where you go in somebody's backyard and the woods somewhere and you shoot objects, you know. It's actually a stress reliever, but it has saved my life.
Right.
And not even pertaining to like me being in the street selling drugs. I've never had to pull a gun like that, but one vivid story is me and my mom, and someone breaks in our house. And they break in our house, and they take the phone off the hook. So it's not like they broke in the house and just snatched up what they could snatch up. Why did you take the phone off the hook?
Right.
And then when my mom came downstairs, the guy punched at her.
Wow.
Yeah, so like the next day, the cops were like, you know, it's two of y'all gonna have to protect yourself the best way. You ain't hear from me, to protect yourself the best way. My mother changed the locks, and the jerk came back the next day.
What the idiot.
But this time, me and my mother had a surprise. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of sad because even her boyfriend at the time was like, wait for me. My mother was like, what? He snatched his gun, and I was dating someone at the time who had a little gun. You know, I told him what was going on. He gave me the gun, and we went after him.
Wow.
You know, I mean, that's just, I'm not saying that's the safest thing to do, but...
Yes, it is.
well, no, because you step outside the door, and it could be a whole army of people outside. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Just luckily, it wasn't crazy on the other side, and it kind of worked for us. He didn't come back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because y'all shot a part through his head. so big you can drive a dune buggy through that motherfucker.
Yeah, we hit something. We don't know what we hit. We ain't find no dead body, but we hit something.
Yeah,
but just bigger than that, I believe in protecting yourself. So sometimes people misconstrue the message in the music. Oh, you too rough, you too hardcore. Ain't not hardcore rough about me. I'm sweet as can be. Just don't get on that other side. And I want you to hear me. I don't want you to just see me and be like, oh, she's too, you know what I'm saying? Getting back to your question, we have a responsibility, but sometimes people don't think what they want to think.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if my godchildren came to me and said, well, God, mommy, why you talk about gun? Because God, mommy had to use a gun to protect herself.
Right.
That's why. Somebody tried to do something bad to God, mommy. If somebody does something bad to you, I won't hesitate to do it because everybody is still for their kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I don't think a lot of people look at it like that. But hip hop, we talked about what we saw and what we experienced in the streets.
Yeah.
I have to talk about when the cops come to the hood and the cops is like, yo, we out of here because they shooting off the roof of the building. What do you mean? If you know that people shooting off the roof of the building, then go up there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got a whole army. Go up there and take them out.
Right.
But y'all out, but we got to come in and out of these buildings every day. So it's you know what I'm saying? It's like you want us to be the hostage in our community, or you know what I mean? So
right.
The only thing we know how to do as a community, as a people, as a tribe, is to protect ourselves.
Right. Exactly.
We snatched our behinds off of Africa, or we died fighting. We died trying to stay in our land. And then even once we got here, it was like we died just because of, what was happening to us, or, just different things. So I just think people wanna just knock it because one, either they don't understand it, or number two, they can't deal with the truth of the matter.
Right. Yeah. I think that's very valid point. Yeah, because it seems like since I know you and I have that that Caribbean root in me, and it seems like I'm not everybody, but all of us pretty much have a Caribbean or African root in this. But it seems like that fight, that power to the people aspect of life is in a lot of Caribbean people, because I think our ancestors inherently came from around more black people than, not saying that's so, but the fight that the Caribbean, that when you had that Caribbean, you was sort of, it's ferocious,
It's that fire in the blood, yeah.
It's ferocious, and I just want to let the people know that listen to the Qwizman Radio Show. Since I met this lady, she's been a very, very important part of my life. She helped me out so much and learned so much about the game, and just meeting her made me elevate to another level, and it helped me. I've always been that strong type, but meeting her as a woman so strong outside of my mother and a few other women in my life, like a few cousins that have that aspect of don't quit and keep going. And I think a lot of times, do you agree with this? A lot of times people think that you have to have a man to raise you with a man outlook to it. I think a woman can help raise you and help guide you the same as a man. How do you feel about that?
Well, to some degree, but there's nothing like a man teaching his son. Like there's something that a woman can give. There's something that a woman can give to her son that a man can. You know what I mean?
Right.
We all can sit down. We all can sit on the toilet and use it,
Uh-huh.
but I can't teach you how to stand up over it. You know what I mean? My squat is going to be a little bit different than, than the way you're designed to use the toilet, use the toilet, to stand up and use the toilet. So I just think, yes, we can teach resilience, we could teach strength, we could teach, we could teach, different things, but it's nothing like a man teaching their son,
right.
certain aspects of how to be a man. I could never teach you how to be a man. I could teach you what I think, but I couldn't teach you from experience. So
I went in the damn bathroom trying to teach my goddamn son. That nigga trying to take a shit standing up. He done shit it all over his goddamn self. Goddamn bastard.
I'm doing a radio interview right now.
Tell Nicky Barnes I said, what's up? What we're gonna do is I want you to stay on the line. We're gonna get into one of my favorite tracks that I love that you made, and it's called The Bronx is Burning. But we're gonna take a quick break, but we're gonna get right into The Bronx is Burning. I want you to introduce that and the people that's in the song, and we're going to take a break and we'll be right back, so you can go ahead and introduce it.
Okay, so this is The Bronx is Burning Part 2, right? I don't know if it's Part 1 or Part 2 because it's 2 parts.
Part 2.
Okay, Part 2. So it's just a freestyle. DK came to me with an idea to shoot this because he really liked the original one, and then the stipulation was that C Cutter get on there. So it's Honey De Niro featuring another joint with C Cutter. Like, I think I'm gonna have to just put C Cutter out. Have him do an EP or something.
Right.
Because he always seems to find his way, and right. Trying to do something for him by himself. So yeah, it's just a freestyle. Bronx is Burning over G Unit beat. We shot the video. The video came out super crazy, and it's featuring C Cutter. Like, we were the first ones to use fire.
Yeah. Oh man, y'all gotta see the video. Y'all can go to Honey De Niro on YouTube, isn't that right? And check the video out. That's right?
Yep.
And you can go to Honey De Niro and check the video out. It's the the vision of it is amazing, man. So we're about to get into that. And so y'all just, like I said, sit back, relax, smoke yourself a joint, drink yourself 40 ounce, drink yourself some Hennessy. And this next track coming on is called The Bronx is Burning. Today's show is sponsored by Karate Shoes, where you too can kick it with the best. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
This is a story from New York, not the New York of Manhattan and the skyscrapers and Broadway, but from perhaps the toughest square mile in the city, in the South Bronx.
BX to Brooklyn, Kush or that Maui, loud mics get tookin'. Hammers, cock, switch, weaves, new V, range on the block. Flee from the knocks, and all I need is one bad nigga with good dick. Trap, then stack my money overseas. Domestic, the best is. Jews always been respected. Sweet money sound better on record. All black, everything expected. Murder mama, stay connected, invested. Verses like hollows out the desert, respected. Lethal is the motto, put it down and wreck it. Zero tolerance, the name you better bottle it. Tastes like honey, they ain't got a problem swallowing. Dumping these heaters, niggas thirsty to meet her. Got This game needing Sheba, Puff Chiba. I could still spin baby face, 102 baby cake frontin' style like something fuck y'all doing, fear nothing. 10 shots for 16 blocks with inch beams. Bitches ain't willing to bleed the same as me. Like me to love it, hate me then fuck it. Chick from uptown, O's that grow pounds. Tight jeans constructs, dark fox hood up. Big butt, big bucks, what up style? Indie, HD frenzy, resuscitate this. HD got hits, perform like it's on, it's on. Put my mouth to it, you know how I do it. Fuck screw it, check the fly shit. Rap chicks come a dime a does. I move keys like Alicia does on any feature cuz I'm out for the headline and dollar signs on the marquee. HD decimal after the 3. I'm on fire, the Bronx is burning. We on fire, the Bronx is burning. I'm on fire, the Bronx is burning. We on fire, the Bronx is burning.
My hood, they call it the jungle. Hot is not, it's cold so bundle. No beautiful palm trees or exotic flowers. Just a bunch of concrete in those bills at the tower. And the beats, they hungry for a piece of the rock. So they go and they hustle a piece of the rock for a piece of that drop. Rocks and guap, and they mindset on reaching the top. Keep your head on that swivel. These streets is watching. When you start to eat, these niggas be plotting. The grip, the car, the wife, the kids, all blasty masked up with the itch and trig. My hood, done taught me a lot. How to beat the concrete, how to bully the block, how to hug the corner like that bitch is cold, how to play your spot till your wrist get froze. Blue jeans, white tees, and those tin bows. Looking out for fashion police, plain clothes. Cause when they shut your gig down, then your kids can't eat. And if your kids can't eat, then your kids can't sleep. And if your kids can't sleep, well then things get deep. And those toolies come out, things I did not speak. So when I'm not in the street shooting something, I'm in the matrix on that board, cutting something. And let me let y'all niggas know, yo, not for nothing. Me tapping from this game, yo, y'all niggas bugging. Gorilla Street, Honey De Niro.
Welcome back. That was the Bronx Burning Part 2. That was Honey De Niro and C Cutter. I love that joint. Yeah, I love that joint right there, man. That right there, that's real hip hop. That's what real hip hop sound like. To all y'all cats spitting and you female artists out there, take notes, god damn it. Take notes. Niggas get shot every day, beat. You be alright. Anyways, we're back. Honey De Niro. I mean, talk to me. How do you feel about how do you feel about the artistic part of hip hop and the street aspect of it and the real parts?
Wait a minute. You said how do I feel about the what part?
Like the artistic part. Like, say for instance, I'm trying to phrase the beefing right now, the keeping it street, to keeping it on wax. How do you feel about like Beans and Meek Mills and the Game and Meek Mills, or 50 Cent and whoever he was beefing with? I think he was beefing with Puffy. How do you feel that? Do you think that most of it should be kept on record, or do you think if it's too personal, you gotta take it to the streets?
I know when beef really started back then, it was the height of it was like when you speak about like Kumo D and L Cool J, right?
Mm-hmm.
The height of it was that it was on wax, so you was dying to hear what they was coming back with, what the rebuttal was. You know what I mean? And then to the point to where the people spoke and was like, oh, such and such got it, or, you know, and then that was it. I think what's happening nowadays is like everybody's so ultra damn sensitive. And so it's way too personal. Like,
right.
It's, you know what I'm saying? Like you could talk about album sales, you could talk about, you know, stuff on the surface. I remember one time Beans had ran up on Jadakiss and was like, yo, this stops here. But I just think at a certain point, just as a grown person, you just say, you know what, all right already. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right already. You know, especially once records have been done, like, it shouldn't go past 3 records.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because then it's just like, all right, you know, like, where's the music? Where's the, you know what I mean? Because you're going to have people that like this, you're going to have people like that, or this person, or that person, you know what I'm saying? So it's never really a win-win unless you're just trash. And if you're trash, like I've had to tell, I'm not going to say it, but I've had to tell somebody before, like, why are you beefing with that person? That person is trash. That's like beating up on a little kid.
Right.
You know, that's beneath you. You know what I mean? And it was the truth. You know, I spoke the truth. I'm like, yo, don't waste no more lyrics on that person. They don't deserve it. They're not even, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I get in the ring with somebody, I want to be able to get in the ring and it go to rounds. I just don't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm going to try to take your head off from the jump. So I'm going to try to Tyson you back at 85. You know what I mean? But I still want the card to look like Honey got metaphors, such and such got metaphors. Honey has delivery, such and such has delivery. You know what I'm saying? And then the knockout D I just put it together so much better. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just off rip, just so much better. I think they're just doing a little bit too much because, again, it looks bad on our culture. It looks bad on hip hop. You know, it looks like, all right, they back to beefing. Okay, so if they back to beef, that means artists can't really get put into. They can't get bonded, or they can't get the insurance to be put into arenas to perform because in fear of something might happen, retaliation. You know what I'm saying? You know. You bringing gang into it, family into it, you sucker punching this one and that one, right? You know, over some lyrics. You know what I'm saying? If I'm punching in your face, it's because you violated my personal space. Right. Not because of something you said. You can say whatever you want to say. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, you can say whatever you want to say, but you violate my personal space, it's a problem. You violate my kids or, you know, my family, it's a problem. What I mean by violation, not with your words, because you could say whatever they want to say, but I'm talking about personal space. You put your hands on them or you take from them, then it's a problem. And I just feel like they just too sensitive. Like, you know, same thing with female rappers. It's like female rappers or female MCs can't, it can only be 1 or 2 at a time instead of, you know, a few, like there is a few for men. Right. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's just with rap. It's probably with any other, you know, any other corporate, again, we're talking corporate now. You know what I'm saying? Any other corporate entity, any other mainstream entity where they're going to allow a certain amount of minorities, which we are the majority, but minorities, people of color, and they're only going to let a certain amount of women, you know. We got to start breaking down these barriers. We got to start telling these people no, you know, like music, and you only get that in hip-hop. You don't get that in R&B and soul and rock and roll and country and pop. You don't get that. And everybody is making a coin in other areas, but in hip-hop, not that it's only 5. Again, you know, when we talk about the 5% or the 10% or the 85%, it's only 5% that's really making that coin. Right. And really, they say the numbers is 3%, so which is a little less than you know what the 5%ers teach. But you know what I'm saying? It's only 3% make it. Why is that? Right. When there are so many creative people on this planet, you know, or even in this culture. There's so many creative people, you know. So we just got to start breaking down these walls and you know, social media or the internet has helped, but still, people, if you're not associated with somebody in that top 3%, it's like Or you're not doing anything crazy. Like, you'll never catch me twerking with my ass out trying to sell a record.
Right. That's
You just
bogus.
won't. I mean, you'll get a little bit of sexy, no mercy. You see a lot of boobage or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's not, they say sex sells, but I'm just not giving you sex. You know what I mean? I want you to respect me as an artist. I give you a little bit, got to be good. You got to be eye pleasing.
Right.
But I just gone too far with the beats and the over sexualized and just it's just crazy right now. I mean, and really our minds are just, music is supposed to heal. It's supposed to entertain. It's supposed to make you feel good. It's supposed to allow you. Without music, I don't know where I'd be, honestly. As cliche as that is, I don't know where I'd be.
Right.
Only because at one point, I had another career choice, and it's too late for me. Well, I don't want to say it's too late because they say it's never too late, but I just love what I do.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just really love what I do, so I don't see anything else. And now, so I'm getting into acting heavy. I'm writing my own scripts, because sometimes you just got to create your own lane instead of just waiting for them to make the pavement, to pave the road yourself. So to pave the road for you, you got to pave your own road. And so that's what I'm doing right now.
All right, I like that. I really like that. That was some really insightful stuff. I wanted to know, we got a couple more minutes. I want you to let the people know where they can find you at, where they can find your music at, and some of the latest things you have going on. We got a few more minutes, but I definitely want people to know. They pretty much know you because we be together, and let them know all the new things you have coming out.
Well, I'm very excited for my next single called Ghost Stay, featuring this phenomenal singer named Bria Simone out of Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
This is a love story, so now people get to see me well-rounded as an artist. I don't just do street records, but I had to do a lot of street records and tap into my life on that point to get people to really hear me. What has never failed is me getting on stage and everybody thinking I'm gonna sing, and then the beat drops and they looking like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And then they hear me, and then everybody scrambling to get their phones out so they could take footage. That never failed. So that was a method that I used to get you to really hear me.
Right.
Not just see me, to hear me. So now with Lipstick and Bullets, you're gonna see some sensitive parts, you're gonna see some street parts, there's a story behind it. It's a true story. For the most part, I'll say about 85% true.
Right.
But the next single, Ghost Stay, is the love song, and you're gonna really hear some heartfelt stuff in me. I mean, even when my grandmother died, I wrote a song at her funeral, and it's called Love Got Me Stuck.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a dope song, but it went past people's heads for some reason. But so I'm excited about that. And then just working on this film, and I don't know after that. I don't know. I'm just focused on this one project, and I just hope people really gravitate towards it and really just love it, because I did it based off my life, but for the people.
Right. All right.
And then you can find me, Honey Dinero, HoneyDinero, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, The Real Honey Dinero. Because somebody else was using that name. I don't know why, but They was just using that name.
Bite us, karate shoes, kick them off. What the hell?
You know, so the real Honey Dinero, you catch me on the Milk Show on Saturdays. Not this Saturday because I have a shoot, and I'm ready for you to come back so we can act up. Because I was telling, I don't know if I was talking to you, but I was telling somebody, I was like, yo, like Jason just brings out another side. Like anybody who knows me on a personal level, they know I'm silly as hell. You know, I'm silly. And a lot of times I tell jokes. I don't know, I'm telling jokes, or I'll be dead serious, but it's dead funny. You know, it's dumb funny. I'll be dead serious, but it's dumb funny. So, you know, Jason, you know, you bring that out of me.
Thank you.
You know, we did
Thank
together,
you.
so, you know, definitely the Milk Show, look out for that. I'm just, you know, I'm happy to be a part of that with you. And
Thank you.
also, you know, we have a song, me and you.
Okay.
And Billy Braxton, I should say.
Yes.
So I'm ready to shoot that too, and you know, have you a part of the movie. So.
Oh man, I'd be honored.
It's a bigger part than just the video. Best believe that. So you could claim it as yours as well.
Thank you.
But yeah, I could be found. I've put in enough work. I could be found.
Yes, you can. You are one of the greatest. I mean, to me, one of the greatest. You and two other people, you and Nimrod, man, your work ethic is great. I'm glad to have had you on the show today. Everybody, you heard. Oh, no problem. And you know, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. Just, you know, I'm blessed. And people, you heard where you can catch her at. Thank you for coming on, my sister, Honey Dinero. And y'all, I'm gonna leave y'all. You already know. I'm gonna leave y'all with. You know. Yo, don't start. Don't get me started. I'm gonna call you after this. I'm gonna leave y'all with a little bit of No Mercy. Give Honey Dinero a round of applause. Thank you once again for being on. This was the Qwizman Radio Show, sponsored by the Milk Show, and sponsored by Team West Wing and G Styles, where you can get your latest fashion and karate shoes, where you too can kick it like Bruce Lee. What the hell? I'm out.
The Empire.
Yo, honey, you already know what it is, baby. Go. TQ. Fuck fist fights, the lame scuffle. Get the shot, girl, your life when them shells touch you. Not in my circle, nigga, don't trust you. Pop shit, nigga, gun butt you. You defecation, niggas gon' flush you. Mob time, see I'm a dog.